This is Asha Marcus, and I'm on location at the Little Fish Theater for their presentation of Ethan Claymore by Norm Foster. Hi, my name is Asha Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Mitch McComb. I grew up in San Diego. I'm currently going to Cal State Fullerton right now, finishing my bachelor's degree. Auditioned for a bunch of MFA programs, so I just work professionally outside the last couple of years. So yeah, just performing, loving it. Yeah, it's great. I played Ethan. Ethan, he just had his wife die about 5 years ago, and he kind of is in seclusion. He lives in a small town with his best friend, who's his next door neighbor. He's kind of like eccentric, and he comes in and he pretty much is trying to lead Ethan out into like society and stuff. And so the story's about Ethan just trying to get out and get out of his shell, kind of thing.
Okay. So, what do you think of this type of play?
What do I think about it?
Yeah,
it's fun. It's a story that happens around Christmas. I don't know if I consider it a Christmas story, but it's a story that happens around Christmas, and it's great. It's heartwarming. It's got those heavy moments in it too. But it's just a fun show to go to and see. Yeah,
I like the show in the sense there's a little bit of a twist. Mm-hmm. In theater, I kind of like there to be more edgy characters. Mm-hmm. Understandably, this is Christmas and all that. So I did like the twist they did on the ghost. He wasn't a nice person. He wasn't your perfect angel.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. So he's my brother, and so what happens is in the story about 20 years ago, something happened between Ethan and Martin that really separated the relationship completely. And so Martin kind of started being more and more, not nice kind of thing. And when he came back, Ethan hadn't talked to him in 14 years, just alone. So just that aspect, and also the fact that Martin's dead, kind of is adding to that too. So it's definitely an interesting chemistry between the two.
So why did you decide to get into acting anyway?
Well, I was 4, and I saw Harrison Ford actually, and I was wondering why he was on the red carpet. I'm like, look, it's Indiana Jones on the red carpet. What is that? And so my mom was like, no, that's a profession, that's acting, and I just was completely transfixed by it. So when I was 7, I started doing theater and stuff, and since then I've been doing it nonstop. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, I like the play. So thank you very much for being on the show.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Asha Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Rodney Rincon. I'm originally from Houston, but I've been in LA for over 25 years and just knocking around as an actor, the usual bum in show business. And I've been working here at Little Fish probably 8 or 9 years now and really like it. I now live here in San Pedro, so it's really easy for me to get here and participate. I played Douglas Aloysius McLaren. He's kind of the matchmaker neighbor who helps Ethan Claymore get back to the land of the living after 5 years of mourning his late wife. And we have a good time doing it too.
Yeah, I liked your performance because I always like these quirky characters, and you had this comedic timing about it.
Well, I've been around for a while, and I started out doing a lot of comic roles in Shakespeare and even dinner theater, and learned a lot from working with some really good professional people. So I think it's paid off. I enjoy doing comedy more than anything.
So why did you get into acting anyway?
Well, I actually started college as a pre-law major, and I took a theater acting class just to get comfortable in front of people. Well, that was the end of the law career, fortunately for our system of jurisprudence. And I just stayed with it, and I've spent a few years in New York and doing professional work in Texas, and came out here with a TV series called Buck James. Google that and see what you get, because it only lasted 6 episodes. But I stayed and have kept busy and really enjoy living in the LA area.
That's very unusual for someone to start that late into acting. Usually actors that I've interviewed, they start like when they're 5.
Oh, yes, there are definitely some who do that. My daughter, who is 9, is now doing her 4th Nutcracker. So she's already an experienced stage professional. But yeah, it was college before I got started. But I was fortunate. One of my acting teachers was also a professional actor on the side, and he was very well connected, and people would come and see the shows he directed, and they would see me, and my phone would ring, and then that's how things got started. Yeah.
So was there something, even before you were an actor, you just kind of knew you had this artistic flair about you?
No. For a while, I thought I was going to be a baseball player because I loved baseball. But really, I loved movies, and I spent almost all my time watching movies on TV, and so I loved good acting and good actors, and but really didn't discover that I had any talent for it until I had this good teacher who kind of encouraged me.
You know, there are a lot of actors, right, that really despise you because they've been since 5 going to auditions. Their parents have been driving them to commercials. They've been working at it, and you just say, I just want to be an actor, and suddenly you've been an actor.
I have to admit that there's a lot of luck. I mean, I've certainly worked hard whenever I got a part that was challenging, but I have to admit to being pretty lucky on several occasions. I've had a chance to work with some of the best in my years in New York, and here, I mean, if I start name dropping, it could take all night, but I've definitely been very fortunate.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Asha Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Bill Walsky. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been living out in Southern California for about 13 years, done over 100 plays, and loving every minute of it. I played the role of Martin Claymore, Ethan's older brother, now deceased. Martin is a guy who didn't like his lot in life. Things didn't work out the way he planned, and basically he was looking for things, or he was looking for somebody to blame, really. And unfortunately, that ruined his relationship with his brother for the rest of his natural life. When we meet him, he's deceased, and he's back with a sort of a mission to make a few wrongs right.
Yeah. Actually, your character actually made this a piece for me because, again, I don't like theater pieces that just a bunch of nice guys having a party and everyone's happy at the end. I like there to be a little character actor. Your character was not your nice ghost. It was kind of a little twisted guy.
Yeah, he was, snarky and, again, sort of a little bit angry at the world. He even mentions, he says, everybody in death is bitter because we're dead. And, you need some kind of a foil when you're doing comedy. There has to be a conflict, and the character supplies that. But it's a really interesting character to play too because it's a little bit George Bailey. It's a little bit Ebenezer Scrooge. He's a dynamic character who undergoes a change of heart for the positive, and that's a prevailing holiday message. With the stories that I just mentioned, It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol. So it's kind of a retelling of an old theme, but it's a new story that audiences haven't seen.
Yeah, because once again, I do recommend this because primarily because of your character, the other character actors. Again, the rest of it was actually pretty. I understand it's Christmas. Christmas, you have to be very nice. You have to be very vanilla and all that. But again, I believe that your character actually made it because it was kind of a twisted ghost. It was a fallen angel, you might say.
Sure, yeah. Well, I highly recommend it too.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Hi, my name is Asha Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Tara Donovan. Well, I grew up in Arizona, and then I went to school in San Diego, and then I moved to LA. I played Teresa Pike. Teresa is the new girl in town, in this small town where everyone knows your business. And so everyone in town is trying to set her up with a widower that she's new to, and she's just a very sweet, nervous school teacher.
I liked your character a lot because what I love about theater is the women are very strong. And again, the problem when I grew up is there were no strong women in television and movies, and it gives you a total misconception of how women want, what women want. They want these big, strong, giggling guys, but it's not true. They want sensitive guys who are very nice. And I didn't understand that when I was growing up. But your character, actually, she was very forceful in a sense. She's the one who kind of initiated the conversation. If things weren't going her way, she wasn't going to sit back and do nothing. She actually did something about it.
Yeah, well, I actually probably have to just credit Norm Foster, the playwright, with that. This is not our first show we've done here with him, and the majority of our company are women, and so I know Lisa, our artistic director, likes to pick some of his plays because he does offer good roles for women, and he tends to write really well for them. As a woman, it's always nice to play a more active character than a passive one. But I still think that, as far as diversity on stage and closing the gender gap, it is still the girlfriend role or that kind of a thing. So it is a good role, but it's still, I think there's room for more leading ladies that are taking the action and things like that.
I think things have changed in the last 5 years because, again, I see a lot more stronger women out there where actually every woman I see is a strong woman. The only one time I saw a weak woman, it actually required it in the script for her to be weak.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't saying that it was a weak woman or but it's their ancillary characters. They're not who the story's about. And so and I think this is a great role, and I having a blast. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think it was a great part. I was just making a point that I think there is room to write more stories where the lead is a woman. Our world is 51% women, and this had 25% women in it. That's all.
Well, again,
That's a passion project. That's a passion of mine.
Well, again, it's a passion of mine too. I'd like to see a lot of strong women out there, just because I just feel that the country will. I honestly feel the intelligence ratio of the country would increase if there were more women, strong women actors, because it's just good entertainment, and also tells you this is what women want. Come on, they're a very important part of society. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is, and I definitely, again, I have to credit Norm Foster. I think he writes great women. We did a play earlier this year of his with all 4 women, and last year we did a play that it was 2 men and 2 women, and both the women in that were really strong characters as well. So I think that there are playwrights out there that are working towards that change as well.
Okay. Well, once again, I enjoyed the show. So thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for having me.
Ethan Claymore by Norm Foster will be playing at the Little Fish Theater from November 13th to December 19th. For more information, go to www.littlefishtheater.org or search for A&B Theater, that's all one word, A&B Theater on Facebook.